Okay, so been a little bit since I've done one of these tours, but I thought it's about time to do another one. Here it is, early April, and it's well into the growing season now. It's nice and warm in here. Yes, the heater's in here, but that's just because we had a little bit of a cold snap where it got cold at night, and I wanted to make sure that with temperatures down in the 45 range that we keep it more in the 50s, but that'll be out of here soon. Again, I just put it out there for a temporary thing. But yeah, it's like in the 80s in here, humid, and there's quite a bit of stuff that's happened. Not as many pictures opened as I would have thought, but some pretty cool stuff has happened. So Jacquelinia, not really having done much since the last time I did a video. Just growing pretty well. Maybe there's a new picture on the side of it. Oh, there's a picture there. Not very impressive, but. And then here's Jamban. Not a lot of pictures on this for some reason. It just killed off a bunch. Maybe the humidity changed a little bit. But vining, now this plant's becoming a little bit of a problem. I'd rather this stuff not grow super high up in the greenhouse because heat rises and it gets a little bit hot up here. Especially this Inermis doesn't like that. So, but yeah, the toilet bowl species definitely will kill off their traps when it gets drier. And this Inermis is kind of doing that down here even. So. Let's see. So Raja Burbigia, the recreation of Elisa Petrana, down there. Basil's getting huge, and it has a new picture, a really nice one actually on the mother plant. Not huge, but really good development. Really good shape and color. Happy with that, and it should have bigger pictures coming on that enormous basil. I mean, just look at the size of those leaves. There's a tendril going all the way down there. And next to that is Raja Jacquelinia, starting to put on some size. No active pictures on it, but hopefully one soon. Not the easiest plant to get the picture, but by mid-growing season it usually has a few. And I'm really looking forward to seeing it this year. And so it's making some good progress by the end of the growing season. It's got some beautiful leaves on it. And then here's the VCI, this is the Carnivoro. Big Mama cross pink candy stripe. Latest pictures there, and VCI is one species that just does not care about pest damage. That leaf got really chewed up, but it never even stopped at all. There's another VCI in my collection I'm about to show that also did that. And here is the Truncata Highland Reddish leaves. I actually just replaced, my Peltata was sitting there, but I decided to replace or switch the two and have the Truncata grow here for a bit, just because this picture is about to be spectacular, and I thought that'd be pretty cool to have it in front of the greenhouse. And then a new reddish leaf here, which is interesting. Usually with Nepenthes it's the opposite, the leaves get red as they get exposed rather than the other way around where the leaves turn green as they get exposed, but pretty cool feature. And here's the VCI Loei crossed wart sienna, just getting huge. No new pictures on this thing, but it does have an intermediate coming here. And it still is holding on to that intermediate from the winter. Not as much color because it was a winter picture, but pretty cool, very toothy. And yeah, the monster plant. Can't believe that 3 years ago was just 2 inches across. And then here is my spectacular Ventricosa cross Attenborough. And yeah, these pictures are to die for. And it has a new one coming here, it's going to be even better. And then it has a basil, or a couple basils down there. And that's a basil picture, very painted at a small size. This is the Born Exotics 4552. And it's going to really start taking off this year. This Aphippia Idaho's Mountains is settling in quite nicely. We got it about 2 months ago from a Bay Caps member who didn't want it anymore. And it's doing well. And so far the new growth looks healthy, and it's going to put out some pictures. There's Loei back there. Not looking at its absolute best right now, but does have a picture coming, which is good. Here's Maddie form that I got a few years ago from a fellow Bay Caps member. And then the spectacular picture on Nepenthes Rodcantlii. It's so dark and well formed and luscious. And it has another one coming there. It looks like it's about to have a nice leaf jump too. So really happy with how this one's doing in the last year, and it looks like it's going to have a really good season as long as I keep the watering down with it. And here's the other VCI that got that leaf got destroyed by a caterpillar, but this plant literally didn't even stop growing, and it didn't even hesitate to put out this picture here. This is the VGIB, so the Candy Dreams cross. And yeah, it looks really healthy and happy, and looks like it's gonna start putting out some decent pictures with that size, or at least slightly more mature. And this Berbigia VGI mollis from Westuba is getting huge down here. The next pictures should be spectacular. I mean, these pictures get pretty big, so we will see shortly what these next pictures look like. And then here is my Hematic crossrod Cantley as an intermediate open back there. I'm not sure if I really trust myself right now to maneuver this thing and pull it out, but the intermediate is really cool. Not quite as dark as the true lowers, but that's what kind of makes it interesting. And my glandula for a Fipiata that flowered male recently, got a bunch of pollen out to people. And here is one of the pictures. So this is small. They usually get a lot bigger than this, but I think it was because it was flowering. And back there is Macrophylla across the Lowii. It's outgrowing this spot back here. I definitely need to move it and put it in a better spot. Only one picture on it right now, but a decent picture nonetheless. Not huge, but it'll put out some big ones this growing season. And here is the BE VGI, the 3734, in the hanging basket back there. Tough to see really, but got some new growth coming, new pictures coming soon, but they're going to be tough spots to really show, which is too bad because this VGI is very nice. Let's see if I can get back here over this heater. And here's the Naga, getting big. Just want to see a vine though, put out some uppers. Those upper pictures are really cool, and especially in contrast to the lower pictures. But this picture is massive. This is like 8 inches, or 9, I think this is actually 9.5 actually. I think I measured it. Speaking of 9.5 inch picture, here is VGI Lowii Spectabilis. This is actually 10.5. Massive. This is a plant you really got to wait on. It takes a long time to mature and become this. I mean, I got this in 2018, and it is still making picture PRs, as I call them. Sometimes plants, mature sort of early, and then they kind of are what they are after year 2 or 3. But this one is just getting better and better through the years. Then here's Ventricosa Porcelain. It has another picture coming up there, but here's Spectacular upper. Should darken, the parasome should get nice and dark. I'm gonna see if I can somehow get back here, but with the heater here, it's gonna be hard to do. Yeah. So that's Ventricosa Porcelain. There's my mollis back there. Very slow growing. Voglia hybrid, Talented Vision from Predatory Plants. I can't get back there, so unfortunately I'll have to show it next time. Oh, yeah. And here's Raja Lowii VGI. No new pictures on it, but growing very well. Those leaves are looking really good, so I won't have another picture on it for a while. This thing does not rush with that. So probably, I'm guessing maybe 3 months, 4 months, maybe by July or June, it will have a big picture on it. And then here, let's see, that's Truncata Edwardsiana. Hasn't done a whole lot since last time, other than become too big for its growing space. Like, what am I supposed to do with that? Can't even really move it around and find a better spot for it. And it will be too big to take out of the greenhouse in due time. And here's my Edwardsiana, nice and toothy. This is the Wise Exotics. Please don't comment and tell me I shouldn't purchase from Wise. I really don't have anything else from him in here, and it's just a little horticulturally bred Edwardsiana. Here's VGI. I think it's Psychedelic Cross-Pink Candy Stripe. I got this one recently. New picture on it, has a lot better color than the pictures it came with, so it likes the sunlight. And then Aristocuides. Here's the Peltata that I switched out with the Truncata Highland Reddish leaves, the BE 3464. Really coming along, steady grower, doesn't really make jumps. But that's a good picture. So that's from November, so in fact it still has it on. The plant is cool. And there's Veitchii lowii. Another steady grower, doesn't make jumps at all. I've never even had to repot this thing in the 4.5 years I've had it. So, and here's Spatulata Draculinea. Now this thing is intertwined with Spatulata Diabolica, as you can see, which is too bad. But you know, now transitioning to intermediates, and it's vining all the way there. And hopefully it gets a flower soon. I want to breed with this one. And these pictures are still hanging on pretty nicely on it. And speaking of flowering, my Spatulata Diabolica is now flowering in 4 different points. Here's the first point. Let's see. Here's another point. Here's another point. And there is one other flower. Oh, right there. So 4 flowers on this Spatulata Diabolica. And not a ton of pictures. I should probably chop. I mean, it's too late. Once the plant makes the flowers, it doesn't really help to chop them. But it's got some uppers coming, like right here, some weird spots. But it's just becoming such a weed. It always has been. But 4 flowers is just ridiculous. And let's see. Oh, Singulana did flower over here too, and I pollinated it with Glandulifera Fipiata, with a Nermis, and with something else that flowered. But yeah, I was happy to do that. Let's see, Truncata, the Titanic Tyrant from Predatory Plants with an enormous leaf jump. I mean, this leaf is the size of my hand. Just kind of randomly did that, but not complaining. I mean, I am kind of complaining because I don't have room, but at the same time, it's pretty cool to see this thing finally really taking off and becoming a massive Truncata. And here's a Piltata Draculinea, getting huge too. I mean, this thing got way bigger and grew way faster than I expected it to. I didn't think a plant with such lineage would do this, but its latest pictures here. Nice and big. Let's see if I can show you guys out my hand in the front of it. Really interesting. Kind of like what you'd expect, but very strong Piltata color and some flair from the Draculinea and the toilet bowl shape. These pictures get pretty big. And there's some things in orchids that are coming back to life from winter. Ventricosa lowii from Brian. 3 pictures. Looking pretty good. Really nice hybrid, even though it's become pretty common, but it's still very eye-catching and shiny. Another plant getting huge down here is Epiphytica crossomalis. These pictures are getting really tall, 8.5, 9 inches, and the plant's just getting even bigger, so the picture should get bigger. It looks like it's going to be vining pretty soon. Yeah, I don't know even what to do. I guess that's the newest picture that's going to come. And then down here is Veitchii Marid Stripe Cross Candy. Got this guy recently. Wasn't in a position to make pictures really when I got it, but these pictures look kind of more elongated and less squat, but that's pretty cool. I'm happy to have it and see what the pictures look like. And then there's Burbidea Veitchii down there. I don't think it's got much going on right now. And then even plants like Spatulata Aristocoetes Cross Spectabilis I can't even show right now because it's just there's no way for me to get over there. And then there's Ramaspina and Platykyla and Telngitsis Veitchii Boschiana all kind of squished back there. I need to do a lot of rearranging in this greenhouse. This isn't going to work. I need to find better, more space efficient arrangement for these plants, so I need to take a day to do that. Oh, and then there's Attenburyi. This is a Florea clone. It's got a picture, I think, going to develop, but settling in and looking healthy so far. And there's Palawanensis, doing a lot better on the floor. Get more frequent waterings, I think, and new growth looks better. And then here's Burkinia reducta, another plant that flowers a ton and looks really good and happy. And then Rhizia gigantea, always doing pretty well. And then I'll show you stuff back over in that corner, but I can't get there. So yeah, this is my April 2024 Nepenthes greenhouse tour.